Let me close for these. Hi. Hi, everybody. So we wanted to talk about where are you going to be in 5 years on the current path that you're on. Hey, y'all. Y'all know Michaela Pink. Say hey.
Hey, guys.
So we were here to talk about in the current path that ladies are on. Where do you think you'll be in 5 years from now if you stay on that path, especially if you're not happy in living the type of life you want to be living, or at least on the way to living the type of life that you would like to live?
Right.
So someone says get a job. That's not for me to do. That's for you to do.
Right.
So you want to add anything?
Well, I think that thinking 5 years ahead is, and a lot of times it's kind of intimidating to people. So I think breaking it down in smaller steps is helpful, but you need to kind of have an idea of where you'd like to be in a few years. Mm-hmm. So I think it's good to know where you want to be and then, take steps to get there.
Uh-oh. No, it's okay. Right. So if you're not with the type of person you want to be with right now, and you keep thinking, oh, well, eventually I'll leave, and then another year goes by and another year goes by, you could end up, pregnant and then staying with that person 5 more years. So best time to do anything about anything is now.
Right.
Take care of the problem now. Don't procrastinate on stuff.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So you did that for 5 years, see?
Yeah.
And you probably was mad because you waste a lot of time. Mm-hmm. I mean, if y'all are our age, like if you wait 5 more years, you're gonna be what? How old are you gonna be? 44, 40 something.
Right. Right.
Some people don't have the time.
Right.
So, yay. So yeah, she's over here today, and it was Layla's little birthday party, so they came over. We decided to make a meal.
Yeah.
But when I was talking in a video last night that I had to make private because of trolls, but we were talking about changing things before it's too late, getting on that path, and not wasting any more time.
Right. Right.
So I don't know how to stress enough how important time is, because you don't get it back.
Yes. I remember like 5 years ago where I was, and I wanted to be in a different place. And I was, I'm sick of, I knew I didn't want to be there, but then it was hard for me to imagine how to get, where I wanted to be. And I did have somebody wrote that they had to write their goals down, and I did. But then, once you start seeing some of your friends die, some people at church, or some people, move on, then I think they kind of kickstarted me to be like, I need to really, get this in action. So the sooner you start, the easier it is. And you don't have to do whatever it is you're planning to do to completion, but you definitely need to get started. Because if you never start, you'll never get there if you don't start, So that's probably the biggest step, is to just move forward, Oh, you got it.
Thank you, Imana, for the donation. I appreciate it.
Yay.
Yeah. So if you're over 25, I stress to start making moves for the life you want right now. If you're over 25, if you're 25 and up, you don't need to be playing around no more. You don't have time. Right.
She said she need a 5-year plan. She need a 5-year plan yesterday.
Yeah. If you don't have any money saved in your account, you go start. I don't know. You got to figure that out, because that's very important.
It is. You have to have something to fall
If I didn't have savings, I don't even know what would have happened to, if we didn't have savings, because sometimes it's emergency situations.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that will save you.
Right.
Is your savings.
Right.
You know how many people end up homeless because they don't have a savings?
It's how much should you have saved? I mean, it really depends on the type of lifestyle that you want, but you should at least have something, even if it's a couple $100, something that you can have that if, a tire blows or if something happens and, oh, you forgot to pay something at the school or something, you'll have enough to be able to do it and not be struggling or hurting. Um, that's the minimum, I would say, honestly.
Here's my thing. I don't feel secure unless I have a lot of savings.
Yeah.
That's my thing. I can't sleep good if I don't have nothing in my bank account. So
Right. And some people are that way. I don't necessarily have a lot in a bank, but I have a lot of disposable ink that I can go, and get and make something happen real quick, But 10,000, 10,000 is a good number. A lot of people will never see that amount. 5,000 is good, but it just depends. Like if something happened and you at work and you weren't able to work, you need at least something that you'll be able to fall back on for at least a month or two or whatever to tide you over,
Yeah, it's real important. Like there was a time when I didn't have barely any savings, but I would always keep something in there. It might not have been a lot, but I never closed my account and I kept adding to it. There was one point in my life where something happened and I was younger and something happened and I had to ask my mom for something. And I was like, no, I should have this myself. So I was like, it's time to become an adult.
Right.
Okay. If an adult is a responsible person,
consumerism.
Yeah.
That's a big problem.
Like I'm gonna buy stuff regardless, but I'm gonna save too.
Right.
So if I save a bunch of money and then say, okay, well, I could save this, couple $100, a couple $1,000 or whatever, then I could go buy something that I like. But I'm not gonna go buy something I like with zero in my savings.
Yes. Oh, we were talking about that the other day in the group because a lot of the ladies were talking about human hair wigs and they want these, wigs, but you're living like paycheck to paycheck. So it was like, okay, there has to be something that tells you, okay, some stuff is just more important than others. You can go get a synthetic wig and be okay until you can get the one that you want. But some stuff, consumerism is a big problem because a lot of people are not used to delayed gratification and they want it right now. And that's, that's good, but you need to have a plan to get you there. Hence the video.
Like, people think that, here's the thing, like people that don't have money spend more money. And I've noticed this.
Right.
The people with the least money spend the most.
Right. Absolutely.
They do. Like, especially if you ever had someone like during the holidays and they don't have a lot, they come with all these expensive gifts they couldn't afford, and you don't even want to take them because you already know. It's like, why do you do this? We know you ain't got nothing. Stop trying to front, whatever. But you take them because you're nice. But people with the least spend the most. So spend within your range. Don't try to impress people. They know you don't got no money. They don't expect Versace for you for Christmas.
Right.
Go ahead and give them what they expect, and they won't be mad. So don't overspend. If you have a choice between, the rent and a wig, get your rent. Okay,
please
get your rent,
so we don't have to delete your little GoFundMe.
Okay, and don't break yourself trying to level up if you're only leveling up to be homeless.
Right.
Okay. Y'all keep forgetting this. Okay. A lot of people are leveling up because they're in financial need. That's not the reason that you should be doing that. You should be doing that so you have a choice, not because you need someone to help you right now because you're just that broke. Okay. You should be leveling up because you have the money to level up, the time to level up,
Right.
and the energy to level up. Not because you're about to be kicked out next month and you got to hurry up and go find a sugar daddy. That's not what it is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I think a lot of that should already be started. Even if your goal is just to be a successful sugar baby, you still need a 5-year plan with that. Do you want to be a kept wife after 5 years? Do you want to be a kept girlfriend after 5 years? You still should have something in your mind, in the back of your head, written down, whatever, that says, okay, I want to do this and I want to be this. And then after you figure out what that is, then you construct your plan to make it happen. You know, yeah, not out of, like she said, now I'm about to get kicked out and I don't have anywhere to go. What do I do now?
Can't take the wigs back.
Right.
And okay, priorities. If
Right.
you know you don't have a lot of money, don't go out and get extravagant everything. Sacrifice at least a couple things and choose the most important thing that you actually need.
Mm-hmm.
Stop hanging around people that have not moved up in 5 years.
Yes. Yes.
Okay? A lot of people are still going to be where they are in 5 years. Right now, you go back, they're going to be sitting there in the same spot. So if you're hanging around people that's not going anywhere, then you're not going anywhere either.
Mm-hmm.
So,
right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
What else?
Even if the people are your family members or people that you feel like you really, I can't let these people go, you can distance yourself from them because that energy is going to, it won't rub off on you, but it's hard to level up and go to the next level when you have all this extra baggage, weighing you down. So even if it's your friend from, years ago or your family members, you still don't have to continue in those relationships with people who are not helping you and, who can't do any better for themselves,
right.
So keep that in mind too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There was something else I wanted to say, but I forgot. But it was like, all these like basic questions that a lot of you guys ask about. Well, how do I get, this person to give me money, and things like that. Those type of questions. And when you're trying to level up, and some of the ladies are older than me, you don't ask, you should just be offered because of how you're acting.
Right.
Do you still want to be masculine in 5 years? Do you want to still be clueless in 5 years on how to get somebody to give you something without asking? Learn how to play that role so you can get those things offered.
Right. And a lot of this stuff is comes from people wanting an outside influence to tell them what they should want. Like people asking, well, how much is a good savings? Well, how do I, should I be expected to do this or expected to do some stuff? It should just be in you. So a lot of it is very personal. What do you want? What is, 500 is a good savings for some people. So you have to figure out for yourself how that works. Mm-hmm. And when you do figure out, say you want to figure out, well, how can I get somebody to give me money? You have to figure out what's the best way for you to do it, because the way that I do it or she does it or somebody else may be different. So you have to actually do it and practice in order to see how it will work for you in your specific circumstance. Mm-hmm. So, right.
And, if you own your own business and you have a lot of income coming in, you need to be saving more or investing more or, having that backup.
Right.
Don't spend everything. You're so alone too.
No,
how do you remind your sugar daddy in a casual way that it's time to deposit money into the PayPal? We have an agreed amount per week and he's forgetful, but I don't want him to feel hustled. What would you
said
do?
That. You just said that you don't have to ask. He didn't forget. He probably didn't forget. If you already have an agreed amount that you should be getting every week, that next week after the week when there was no deposit, he should be hearing crickets. He shouldn't be able to still talk to you and continue in, that type of the relationship with you anymore if he's not holding up his end of the deal, and he will pay me double on the weeks that he forgets. If he pays you double after the fact, it may be that he is, proposing money for you that he may not have, because if he has it, he has it. Why does he have to double up? Does he have to wait until he gets the money? So he may not be a sugar daddy.
Mm-hmm.
He may just be, a bill. What is it called? A treat. He may be just a treat instead. So that's something to consider too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
oh, she said he's a well, but he's very busy.
Mm-hmm. Well, then he needs that automatic deposit.
Right. And he needs to be very busy on somebody else's phone, not yours. Okay. That's what I would do.
Automatic deposit, baby.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So maybe you can set that up. Talk to him about it.
Mm-hmm.
Suggest it. Cry. Do it. Make a scene.
Right.
I was depending on that money. I went to the grocery store and I was in line and I took out all my groceries and I had them all up on the thing.
That's a good one.
Being, trusting you. I had all my groceries and bag. They were in the cart. And I took out my PayPal card to swipe and it was empty. I had to leave all my groceries there.
Right.
And
yeah.
I promised my grandma was going to come over and make dinner for her. And I didn't have any food. Just make it long and sad.
Yep. Yep. How can I trust you ever again?
Then you're going to get that direct deposit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Exactly. Yep.
Just cry and say grandmama was hungry.
And
we had to get her what?
I had to get her a Lunchable. She had to get a Lunchable. But so that ties into the topic. So why with him, if you know he's going to be late on some days and stuff like that, ask for more. So when you ask for more, you'll be able to get more and stack it. If you know he's sometime, and he doesn't, he's not on time, a lot of times when you do ask for more so that you can kind of keep, whatever you need for yourself. But have a plan. He needs to get out of the, okay, I'm going to depend on him, zone into the, well, maybe he'll give me some and maybe he won't, you got to have a plan for him too,
Mm-hmm. That's right. Like if you're seriously dating somebody or you have a long-term relationship with one of them, where do you see yourself with him in 5 years? Is he going to replace you? Are you going to need to have extras, backup?
Right.
Or are you even going to be able to do that anymore? Are you going to be old looking and have to rely on something else? Are you stacking your money to maybe start your own business?
Right.
Are you doing anything with that besides shopping?
Yes. And that's very important too, is to always, if you're getting money from a different source, always ask for more than you need, because you have to, if you are getting money, you need to be making sure that you're doing something constructive with it. Even if you go and spend $300 on a wig, you should at least have $3,000 in the bank. You have no reason spending that much money on a wig if you don't have that much, if you don't have something saved.
Because I wouldn't spend that much with that little in the bank. I need a lot more.
Right. It's just, some people are though. Some people are like, okay, I'm getting paid on Friday. I'm going to spend this money on a wig. And it's like, no, you need to have something. I'm not going to spend $1,000 on the wig if I don't have $10,000 in the bank. It's just even if, you may have a little more of a cushion, still think of it in terms like, well, I don't have it. I better start saving, and that helps you to do that.
Mm-hmm. Or shop around for the best price.
Yeah.
And budget and
AliExpress. Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can find good deals. All you got to do is Google.
Mm-hmm. Well, and here's the good one. She said, if you can't buy it twice, you can't afford it. That's a different way to look at it.
Exactly. You can't just go shopping and put 5 of them in a cart. Don't buy one.
Right.
Right. That way you won't miss that money.
Mm-hmm.
You won't be thinking about it. It's just money you could throw away and not even miss.
Right.
And that's how you need to get your savings up to where you have so much cushion,
Mm-hmm.
you could just go out and spend on stuff like that for yourself,
right,
or get somebody to give it to you and keep saving it and saving it and saving it.
Mm-hmm. And even like with nails and stuff, if you can't afford $100 and some change every 2 weeks to go get your nails and stuff done, start doing them at home. But tell such and such, hey, I need money to go get my hair and my nails done. And then you do them at home. There's ways for you to, to stack, but you have to be smart about it. You can't just be out here like, oh, I got some money. And then it's gone. Like, we had a whole bunch of posts yesterday in the group. Everybody paycheck balling, we whole stacks of money on a Friday, of course. So we, maybe somebody cashed a check and now you don't have to, that's another thing. Don't compete. When you compete with the next woman or you compete with the next person, then that makes you greedy. It makes you like, okay, well, there's not enough for everybody. Stay in your lane. You don't necessarily have to be competing with her or comparing yourself to her. Just whatever you can save, then you save that, So, yep.
Yeah, I'm not showing off any cash unless it's a lot.
Right. If it's not like this, if it's not a stack, that's about 10. If you don't have at least a stack, then it's like, okay, not saying now, never mind.
We're not showing off cash.
Yeah. It's pointless to do that, I think. I understand, if you're showing off a victory and stuff like that, but don't do it in the spirit of competition. That's what I'm saying. If you're saying, hey, I'm proud I was able to do this, that's different than, look at this money. Because I'm trying to show off these right here.
Yeah. I don't have any money. I mean, I give all my money to charity.
Right. Right. All of mine is invested.
So, yeah. But, and don't go around bragging about what you have. Why? Because what?
Because somebody going to ask you for some.
Yeah.
Well, because if you go around bragging.
Always act broke.
People will, number one, assume, okay, well, she got it. I'm going to ask her. And then on top of that, it shows that you're not used to that type of thing. When you brag about, oh, well, I got to see a boat. It's like, okay, but you should already be there. So I don't necessarily like to just brag and put stuff out there like that because, it just shows that you may not have been there before. So, but yeah, I don't really say I'm broke. I just say I don't have it. I'll never say I'm broke because I got it, but you just don't need to know about it.
I don't talk about it. It's not something that I'm focused on.
Right.
And it's more like
we never talk about money. We never talk about how much money we have unless we're talking about a business thing, but we never talk about that because it's like, what's the point, So.
What do you say how to react when a wealthy potential willing to take care of you, but who hates sugar daddy relationships brings that subject? Goal is to hook him. Well,
I did that video.
We'll talk about a relationship.
Right.
A real one.
Nobody wants to be a sugar daddy. Nobody wants that.
Just say, that's my boyfriend and I'm your girlfriend.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. What do you think about you bring, that's a statement.
Don't carry too much cash. I've never carried cash.
I don't either. I rarely have it.
I have to remember to get cash if I ever need it, and then I never remember. And it's like I don't carry cash because I don't even like waiting for change. I just like to swipe.
Right, just buy. Can I have my receipt? Yeah, I don't either. Really, sometimes I do, but not normally.
I want to say they'll be your salt daddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What do salt daddies do?
Those are the ones we were talking about, like, oh, well, he said he got to wait till the next paycheck and stuff to give you money.
It's too late by the end.
That's crazy.
Sorry, I didn't. Sorry, I didn't tell. What? I ain't read now.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like me and her were talking, and we were saying, a lot of people we can't really relate to. And so we're not able to understand a lot of you guys' thinking mentality because
Right.
of how different some of us live.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm talking, I don't consider, or we don't consider some people that are barely making it and struggling. We don't
Right.
consider any of that because we don't struggle. So when we speak, we're speaking from our perspective. Okay.
Right. Right.
We're speaking from our
Well,
perspective.
and I think I have struggled at one point, but I think that even though I was in a position where I was struggling, my mind was not stuck on being there.
Right.
And I think a lot of people don't have a concept of the 5-year plan and, okay, how do I go from struggling to no longer struggling? A lot of people don't even have that in their mind frame that it's a possibility that they won't struggle one day. So those type of people, I think we have there's a disconnect there because even now, okay, yeah, we have money in the bank, we have this and we have that, but there's still that, okay, we want to go to the next level. We want to go to Budapest and, do stuff like that. We have bigger goals. So I think instead of like, whew, we satisfied, we got money, girl. There's not that. There's this desire that, okay, we got to get our passports because we want to take the kids and do stuff and do, there's always a bigger goal after you attain that goal. But some people, their goal is to get that $1,000 wig and that's it. Their goal is to have just this one thing and then they're done. So I think that's where the disconnect comes from because we're always thinking progressively instead of just, okay, this is it. We've made it. We've arrived. I think there should always be, a different mindset, Yeah.
That's right. And I see a lot of people, when they reach their goal, they're happy, but then they don't make new goals. Like you're
Right.
talking about, you got to always keep new goals coming. No matter what, make something new, strive for something higher, reach higher, reach higher, reach higher.
Mm-hmm.
And once you get in that pattern of creating goal after you accomplish one, then before you know it, you're going to look up,
oh man,
and be somewhere that you never thought you would be.
Yeah.
And that's all it takes. Just keep making one goal after the other one and keep moving forward. And one day you'll be like, dang, I did all this.
Mm-hmm.
That was easy.
Right.
Because it wasn't a struggle because you did it in a certain way that allowed yourself to take your time, plan it out strategically, move forward one step at a time. There was no anxiety around it. There was no confusion because you planned it out and you knew what you were doing and you had that plan, right? So that's what y'all have to do. A lot of people don't do that. They're just, oh man, whatever, smoke some weed, get drunk, go out, spend all your money, come home, then, oh man, I don't have the rent.
Right.
Or, oh, somebody went to jail, I gotta bail them out. That's my baby daddy. Leave them in there. They got food and water. He ain't gonna die. Okay.
True.
I don't care. Like that's the worst thing you can do is say, forget it.
Yeah.
That's the worst. That's the number one worst thing you can do, right?
Mm-hmm.
You come this far and then you get mad at one little thing and you're like, oh, I'm done. Forget it.
Yeah.
Let me call up my baby daddy. Let me go eat 1,500 calories. Let me go whatever.
Yeah.
Let me go back to the dusty club.
Yes. Oh man.
And then when you wake up, you're mad
at yourself
that you got to start all over.
Right. True. Very true. But I think when you do have an idea of what you want and you have set your goals and everything, it's easier to not backtrack, which has become a term that is used in the group now. Oh, I backslid or I backtracked. I think when you have that goal in mind, it's easier for you to say, nope, I already set my goal. I can't do A, B, and C, as opposed to you don't have any and you just living, from day to day. So that's why it's important. Definitely.
There's no backtracking when you level it up.
Right. Can't be.
When you're playing a video game, you don't backtrack. You don't go the level down.
Right.
You either stay where you are or you go up.
I that's you can't when people say, "Oh, I'm backsliding." To me, that's like the worst thing that you can say because you've created this goal. This is what you said you wanted. So how is backsliding an option? How is that even something that's possible once you've set your mind to something? You have to have mental strength and you have to have, something in you that wants more than your current state. You have to. You have to.
But and then don't get mad when someone tells you the same thing and come crying to other people. Well, he was supposed to be doing this, but he said he backtracked and now he don't have no job and now you're doing the same thing to yourself.
Exactly.
So why should he treat you any different if you're treating yourself the exact same way? He thinks it's okay to not live up to your potential because you're not.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. If you let yourself down, it's easy for other people to let you down, especially if they know about your goals and you verbalize them and say, you know what, I'm leveling up. I'm not going to wear my bonnet. And then they see you in Target and they like, well, what happened to you? It's easy for people to not treat you well when you don't treat yourself well and when you don't keep your word to yourself. If you've made a pact with yourself, you have to keep it because other people will notice and they'll treat you accordingly. And
that is true. Like if you know you're going to backtrack and not do the work, but you tell everybody you are, you're gonna look like a fool. To them, and they're never gonna listen to you and take you seriously again because, oh yeah, whatever. Okay, you on a diet today. Tomorrow we going to Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we going to eat whatever we want. Okay.
Right.
So you coming? They're not even gonna acknowledge what you just told them because they know you're not serious. And they know you don't take yourself serious, and they know that you will never level up. So they're not going to even bother listening to you try to pretend that you're doing something. And after a while, they be like, "Girl, whatever. What time are we going?"
Right. Right. Yeah.
So don't talk about it, be about it. And if you're not being about it, stop talking about it. Because we don't want you telling people, "Oh, I'm in a level up group," but you looking like you never were. Okay.
I just
don't. Okay. If you're not leveled up, don't tell nobody you in the level up group. How about that? Y'all keep it a secret until y'all look like y'all trying to do something. Okay. Because y'all giving us a bad name. Like y'all walking around looking like,
oh Lord,
crazy. We'd have let you in thinking you want to do something.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it. Y'all hear it. Oh.
Don't tell people y'all in my group until y'all look like it.
Oh man. Yeah.
Okay.
Some days are better than others. But
it says some days.
Yeah. Because it's, because
they're gonna think you lying anyway. They're gonna think you hacked it in.
Well, we were talking about this earlier because it gets to the point where it's like, okay, I know she's had videos for years about this stuff. I just started making my little few videos and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I know you've seen the videos in the group. I know you've seen, at least, forget my channel. We don't even want to talk about that. At least you've seen her videos. And this is the result. Like, after all of this talking and all of this preaching, this is what you came with. It's like, you know what? Don't worry about it. And this is me. From now on, I'm going to just keep scrolling. Like, you know what? Hey, I tried. But sometimes it's just not, some things are just not meant for somebody until they are ready to receive them. So you just have to kind of, meet them where they are.
It's mostly mentality. Anybody can change physically. You can just sit there and somebody can change you on the outside, unless it's like weight loss. But you can just sit down, close your eyes, and wake up looking like a whole nother person. Okay, that's easy. The mentality is the hard part.
Right. And I think it's hard because, like she said, we've come from different places. Even though we didn't grow up, like what was that little boy, Silver Spoon or whatever that boy, he had all this, he was real rich, and we didn't grow up rich necessarily, but we didn't grow up with that type of mentality. There was always a want for more.
This is
always.
a synthetic wig.
I know. She posted that yesterday. The bomb.
Yeah. No, I went to show them, and didn't want to show her face though. So I was like gonna hide it like this. So like if you can't even like if you can't afford a human hair wig, they have synthetic wigs that look really good. Look at that. Especially if you know,
especially with her makeup, how she had her makeup and stuff. It was nice. It was nice. Yeah, like Richie Rich. We didn't grow up like Richie Rich, but we still had a mentality that we wanted better, and we're going to keep doing and growing and being. No, this was before. This is the after. What? Don't even do that. Yeah, you have to read it, baby. Don't put on blast like that. Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that. Yeah, I saw that too. I was like, oh, but it's the reverse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's not good. I have that.
We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna put them on. Don't do that.
No, I'm just looking through it while I'm on. Oh. I'm just saying that there's a lot of improvement, but then there's not in some areas. So
it's hard. Mm-hmm. It's hard. It's hard after, especially since we know, like, okay, this is how you could be living, but the fact that you're making the choice to continue and stay there is what's the, the part that gets me sometimes. I'm like, why do you want to stay like this?
I can look back at my videos from 5 years ago or 4 years ago and tell a total difference, because I've been watching myself on YouTube. I like to think I've improved.
Yeah,
a lot. Y'all see me move.
Your makeup got better.
I moved 3 times. Makeup, hair.
Yeah.
Lost weight. I mean, if you've been watching me for that long, you should be somewhere else also better off. Oh, at least he's asleep. If I can do it, y'all can do it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Mine was fast, quick fast. I was like,
fast. You was on it, because it was in your mind.
Yeah.
You wanted to do it.
I was determined, like, I will not be here for 2 more seconds. I'm done. That was it. So
you had the formula, you did it.
But you know what? I really didn't even have a formula. Hey,
you made your own formula.
For real. I had the drive though. So I just, I had the drive. That's what I had. I didn't even have a formula. I didn't know. I was just like, let me get this reading. I think I got a reading from you. And then she said, oh, it'll be fine. That was it. I was like, oh, I'll be all right if I do this. Full speed ahead, So.
Yeah. You just have to have a desire, and because that's what pushes people, desire. The desire, like nothing. I've never seen a woman level up so fast after a breakup or a divorce or things like that. That's when they're trying to do the most.
Right.
But if you don't have a reason, like I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna do this. You don't have that desire. So you need to find something that gives you desire.
Right.
In order to do it. So
I think that's the time when most people are reflecting, like, oh, this is not going to happen to me anymore, and then they make the changes. But and some people, oh, it's hard and I don't know how, and you don't really have to know how. You just have to know this is no longer what I want. That's it. Once you figure that out, then you make the way. You don't have to know the way, you make it. Is 32 too late? No, it's not. Not at all. That's still, young, vibrant. I would say it's never too late, but it's too late when you give up. That's when it's too late. I say,
when you give up.
Yeah.
But like, if you haven't been putting yourself first or taking care of yourself in the meantime,
right?
You got a lot of catching up to do. Because some people let themselves go. Like, I'm like, what? You how old? I know you lying.
Yes.
This one lady, I don't know if I told you, she was in Kroger And she was like, oh, she was talking to this teenager, and she was like, oh, you go to such and such high school? And he was like, yeah. And then she was like, oh, I'm class of 98. And she looked at least 15 years older than me. And I'm class of 97. I'm like, you class of 88? Stop lying. Like, I was thinking that. But she was serious. And, you know, she was like a manager or something, but I'm pretty sure she worked there every day, all day, holidays,
right?
You know, for years straight, which is like probably what aged her,
right?
So, do you see yourself working that hard in 5 years if you're not in a career?
Right.
If you're not in some like special career or whatever.
I can't do it. Sorry.
Oh, I didn't even see it. You know, I'm blind. That's why I have my other screen upstairs.
Right.
So if you're not in some like huge career that you've been working towards forever, and that's what your life goal is, in 5 years, you should have found a different way or more ways to get money than what the one way that you have.
Right.
Okay. Because if a child can do it, if a teenager can become a millionaire, if a high school student can run a company, you don't have an excuse.
Right. For real. None. Especially when, and then even if you don't know how to do it, say you hear us talking, send a DM. Hey, I may not be able to afford a consultation, but here, I have this question. Send it every day, every single day. Somebody's going to notice, eventually somebody's going to notice, well, this person has drive, or as long as you have that drive and you have that desire, there should never be I don't know. Somebody knows. If you feel like I'm the person that knows, ask, you have to keep knocking, never just accept, well, they didn't answer my DM, so I guess I just can't, it's easy to get in touch with somebody that, can help you. Right. But it's just a matter of, you can go to the library and get books for free. If a book is mentioned, go get the book and read it for yourself. There's always information to be had, but there's not always drive. Right. There's always information, but there's not always a drive.
And the one thing about what was I going to say? The one thing about the drive is there are YouTube videos on how to make money at home with your computer.
Yeah.
That's it.
Y'all at least have a phone. All the people on here at least have a phone,
You can go Google those. Search those videos right now. Like, I can think of 5 ways right now if I wanted to, and if I had the time, and if I just felt like it, I could go and find another way, 2 more ways to make money tonight.
Right.
Tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She always, guess what? We can do this. And I'm like, I'll be asleep. Okay.
Right now I can make it happen. And another thing about having savings, when you want to start a business, when you get the idea, you meet the right people, everything starts to come together. Mm-hmm. You got your money.
Yep. So true.
You don't have to go to the bank. You don't have to go beg people.
Right.
You got it. You can flip it and double it and do all that.
Yes, indeed.
You can go buy some wholesale stuff, drop ship it, and collect your money and keep doing it over and over. I was trying to show them how doing that can pay off. Like, if you pay $1,000 of product, sell it for 6 times the value, and keep flipping it 4 to 5 times. You don't have to work anymore.
That's what my son does that right now. Yeah. Today. He was just on the computer before we came over here, doing his little business and shipping out his little orders and stuff. Mm-hmm. It just this summer, he's made 5 figures. Mm-hmm. And he's 14. Mm-hmm. If he's I'm just, and he had time. He didn't have to study and, sports and all that stuff to do. So of course he's going to make more now. But if he could do that as a child, come on, with very limited resources. He started with, I think I gave him $300 to start.
That's it.
And he's,
he did good
made all of that.
Girl, I would have. He did good.
She said, I'm not trying to depress you. What I'm trying to do is motivate you. You can do it. That's all I'm saying. if somebody that young can do it, you can definitely do it. There's no, and we're giving this video because there's so many people making excuses still. Oh, I can't. Oh, this happened, so I'm not able to. Blah blah blah. So that's why we're like, oh, you definitely can.
What if your job keeps you too busy to? Is that a turn off to men?
Yeah. Your job. Yeah, we'll just say yeah. That one's kind of self-explanatory. Yeah, the goal is to not work. That's
or
the
get
goal.
paid for doing nothing. That's the goal. Like, there are so many ways to do that these days. If you just sit and think for a little while.
Think YouTube.
To do a little
you get
bit
paid
better.
to do your makeup.
And I can write off my makeup.
Right.
I keep thinking of ways. I'm gonna find a way to get paid to die. I promise you.
Thank you.
Y'all want to watch me die? The camera on. Get the money to my kids. 5 deaths on YouTube.
Oh Lord,
okay,
you
I
are
will
crazy.
make money on my death. I promise you. Why? Because I can.
This is crazy.
No, I'm just
hey, whatever works.
We could put in a documentary form. Make it black and white.
Well, I'm not filming it.
And we could put like some special effects on my soul.
Y'all know I'm scary. No, we're not doing none of that.
No, but I'm serious. Like, I was just saying that because
you can
find a way to make money on
anything. You can definitely. Yeah.
If you smart, you know everything, but you don't know how to make money. Tutor. They got online tutors.
Teach English.
Mm-hmm.
Got that too. Yeah.
If you got a car and that's all you got, but you can't Uber, look and see in the classifieds.
Melissa, how does your son do that? Where did he learn? YouTube. Actually, he had a friend that knew about it, and he started. So he at his house every day, knocking, figuring out how to do it. Then he got on YouTube, figured out the different websites to go to, and he did it. But his friend kind of gave him limited knowledge because at that age, it's kind of hard to be like, he was like, he explained it, but I really still don't get it, So then he went on YouTube and figured out drop shipping and how to do it. And it's been good, very lucrative.
Most of the places that y'all shop online, if you scroll to the very bottom of that website, it'll
drop
say
shipping.
It'll say
through Amazon.
It'll say, would you like to join our team? Would you like, it'll have like some little bitty in fine print. It will say, do you want to make money? So on a lot of those like beauty websites and like Amazon and eBay or just random people's websites, it'll have like, do you want to become an affiliate? And if you say yes,
there you
go.
Go.
Drop ship. Y'all, you got to do is post the stuff on your page, jack up the price, and they'll ship it out for you. All you got to do is
no product
emails and send them the address.
And literally like take it from here to this person, and then it's
copy
like deposited into your account.
Basically, it's just copy and paste.
He's like, this is too easy.
That's how easy it is.
Yep.
That's what I'm telling y'all.
Yep.
People think it's so hard. They think it can't be that easy. But what it takes is effort to figure it out, and then it's easy from there. But you know how they say, seek and you will find? Y'all aren't seeking. Y'all aren't seeking. Y'all just going to work. What most people make at work, the average person makes at work. Someone that's doing this type of job can make in a matter of hours what you make in a week.
Right. Really?
A week.
Research. You have the tool. If you're on YouTube now, you could be having this video playing in the background, clicking off of it. Not saying click off the video, but you can open a new tab and be researching how to do it. Watch later. That's what you can be doing, because that's a key. I just told you that somebody who just got here cannot even drive, and has made into the 5 figures in 3 months. While you going to work, clocking in, he at home playing with his baby brothers, helping me, doing laundry and, chilling, hanging out, going swimming, little stuff. But he still is making that money because mama has, you got to have money. You want nice stuff, but you got to make money.
So that's where, that's what I'm talking about. That savings. Like I have stuff where if I come up with any idea, I got the resources to go and do it.
Right.
Just like that. Like the idea just has to pop and I got it.
Right.
That's what you need, because so many people have ideas, but no money.
Right. True.
That's why you need to save for when an idea pops in your head. You can become so rich, because I've heard so many people say, "Oh, I had an idea, but I just didn't have no money. I could have been rich."
Right. Right.
Better save.
Yeah.
I think it has a lot to do with procrastination with some people. No drive. Exactly. Where does that come from? Where does that smoking weed? That's what it is. Most people that smoke weed have no get up and go. They just go down, lay down and sleep. Stop smoking that weed. That's why y'all can't get nowhere. Y'all too sleepy and tired. Get you some coffee. Replace the weed with the coffee. Okay? Get you some of my elixir drops. Okay?
Really?
And some coffee.
Get you some of them elixir drops you got.
Get you some coffee, because that's what's holding back. I mean, no wonder they made it legal. So y'all can't get nowhere.
True. But then exactly, you're surrounded by lazy people. You've never seen anybody that came out of where you came from. So then you're like, well, I guess I can too, So if you take that stance, then that's exactly what's going to happen, period. So
yes. I don't like, as soon as somebody say they smoke weed, I'm out. You ain't my friend no more. I don't know you. I forgot your name. Close the door. Forget where I live.
That is gross.
Don't even come over my house. Adios. You know why? Because it's not that I'm against what it is. I'm against how it makes people act. Like,
you're just so stuck.
I'm lazy.
Yeah, I can't do it. Y'all know I don't. Y'all know how I feel about that. We had that old discussion on when the girl was like, "Is it cool if girls smoke weed?" And I kind of went in a little bit, but I mean, come on.
Then y'all on here, why am I depressed? How come I can't get anywhere in life? Because you smoking weed.
Then you didn't gain 40 pounds.
Then you got the munchies at night. You smoking weed. You can't get nowhere. That's why it's
right.
Put it out and get you some coffee.
Right.
Okay.
People are talking about unladylike stuff. That is. There's a whole bunch of stuff. The woman that just said, what if my job takes up most of my time? Is that a turnoff? That's masculine. The fact that you're working that much, that's masculine. I think that's a whole different, on a whole different subject, but that just even being in that mind frame is.
She said, I ain't from Amsterdam and I hate weed. See?
Hey, Amsterdam. Wow.
I never tried it because the habit costs too much. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not. Hey, James. Just look at the difference between the type of men that and the type that don't.
Right.
You'll see where we're talking about. It's the whole James. Right. We were talking about people that smoke weed, how that makes them lazy and don't want to do anything.
But relax in Jamaica after you've already done it.
Not when you got stuff to do.
I mean, right. I might smoke a little something in Jamaica. I'm not gonna do it in Houston. No, ma'am.
I got too much stuff to do. If I do that, I'll be asleep the whole day. Won't get nothing done. Right. Wake up, stuff ain't done. People emailing me, what happened?
Right.
Right. Nothing against it, but it's stopping your progression. Exactly. I think there was some type of, I don't know, was it some Indian some Indian story. This lady married this man and he smoked too much weed and she cut his head off. Was it Kali?
Cut his head off?
Because he wouldn't do that. She cut his head off because
he probably didn't even feel it.
Kali.
Wow. Dang.
That's that one Indian goddess with all the blue goddess with all the hands.
Yeah. Okay.
That's her husband head who smoked too much weed. She cut it off because he wasn't doing nothing with it.
Oh my goodness. Well, he didn't need it.
Showed
He didn't
it.
need it. Wow.
Oh,
That's a
Sheba.
mess.
Someone said Sheba. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah,
Mm,
he was useless.
that's crazy.
How come some weed smokers are thin as hell? Because they forget to eat,
Yeah.
or they got a fast metabolism and they don't eat a lot. And so when they do get the munchies, they don't gain it.
Why won't I share the information Miss New too about what my son? Because I was just saying that as an example. I mean, that's not exactly what this video is about. But just like he got the information Miss New too, you're more than welcome to get it as well. Because there's more than one way to do drop shipping. There's more than one way to make money.
Yeah,
and
the contact company that I used to shop at has the affiliate program.
Right at the bottom. Right. You can if you go to Amazon and you click on a product, if you scroll down to the bottom, a lot of times they'll have that on there too. Like, do you want to, be an affiliate or whatever, just for that specific product or something. So there's different, there's different ways to do it. There doesn't necessarily have to be one way. It's not like I'm like secretive about it. It's just that
it's so many of them. You just have to.
And I've shared it.
Yeah, right. I think I had like, I think the Asian, what you call it, contact companies that you shop at for your color contacts and your wigs and your beauty supplies online. Right. A lot of those places offer affiliates where you can drop ship. Right. Right. So you got to go and research and
even Google. Down. Even Google. You can Google it.
You could just Google how do I start drop shipping? How do I start a drop ship company? And it will take you step by step. A video might pop up. It will tell you which places.
But that's another thing. Yeah. People want to be like, well, why come, she won't share? And how come she won't let me know? You have the same resources. If you, again, are on this video, you could open up a new tab and be researching that as we're talking about this. It doesn't necessarily have to be somebody say here, A, B, C, and D, because you can do it. Everybody can.
Right. Some people sell hair. Some people sell gadgets.
Makeup.
It just go look at Amazon. Most of that is drop ship.
Right.
All they did was go to the warehouse website, and say, "Hey, let me get this drop ship your stuff. I got an Amazon."
There you go.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's it. That easy. Okay. So Etsy, it's not drop ship. Unless you have a drop ship company and you just put your stuff on Etsy and then you use that as your website. But Etsy costs. You got to pay fees.
But somebody said the drop shipping industry or market is already oversaturated. But so is the makeup industry. So is the hair product industry.
That's not.
So is the.
That's true. But how does your son make money if it's oversaturated?
Right. Marketing.
What is he doing?
He studied marketing. He studied, it's not just, look, there you go.
Where?
Right there.
Oh, okay.
Right there.
This right here? Mm-hmm. Oh, so, yes. What were we talking about?
How does he do it? How is he able to be successful in an oversaturated market? YouTube is oversaturated. We have 540 people on here now.
I said you gotta right now. If you're not doing anything, start some type of social media and build it. Get in a group, make yourself be known in the group. Any type of group on Facebook. Hold on. Don't just add anybody.
No. I was taking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, girl, I be doing it on my bed.
Oh, I thought you was trying to make them moderators.
No.
Oh, down. Okay.
Oh, it's already okay. Somebody did. Yeah. Sorry.
So yeah, you don't like trolls, so we gotta get rid of them.
Sorry.
Yeah, you gotta know how to market yourself.
Right.
Or market what you have.
Right.
Or be able to have some money to pay
somebody that
Facebook, YouTube to put your ads up.
But think like people that do those ads on Instagram, they have a whole bunch of followers. If you pay them like, however much, I don't know if it's $20, but a little money, they will advertise your product for you or your business or whatever.
I think it's $30 on Facebook.
Yeah. And you can advertise it.
$30, and they're gonna flash your ad whenever someone searches whatever, it's gonna pop up.
No advertising in the groups.
Yeah. No. But just like on Facebook in general, they have you could pay Facebook themselves and they will add it.
This video better not be deleted.
Okay. So that's easy. I you know what I do? I just like, I'll look around Facebook and I'll say like, okay, well, what's going on? What's trending? This is what I would do if I were going to do dropship. What's trending right now? What's the hottest thing? Or what? Let's go look at the influencers. Okay. What's Kim Kardashian doing? What's Beyonce doing? Okay. Ooh, that's the nice earrings. Take a picture of Kim Kardashian or Beyonce's earrings. If you see some similar earrings on the dropship, warehouse, put her picture there and then put the earrings next to it and then, post it and say, oh my God, look, these earrings I found. It looks just like this such and such person. Go get them at this link. Put your link down there. That's it. And put it in a beauty group where everybody trying to look like them.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go. I got about 20 sales right there. Okay, y'all got to think. If y'all can figure out how to take this money from these men, y'all can't figure out how to get money from other people too.
There you go. Somebody said, can you talk about the difference between making money and getting money? Yeah, she just reposted it.
Making money and getting money? Well, with the initial investment, you can get that from someone and then make money off of it while it's continuously coming into you from that person, as well as continuously coming into you from your business.
Right.
So you've never spent a dime.
Yeah. You can get money to make money, That's always an option. But I think getting money just requires you getting it from whatever source, but making money requires you actually doing something with that, or doing something to receive it. I honestly would rather get it than make it, because getting it is easy. You can ask the maybe. And you get it, as opposed to I got to go make it. You have to go do something to get it, So,
right.
Yep.
And I think it's easier. And we're going to wrap this up real quick because it's kind of late. But I think it's easier to figure out how to earn it in an easy way when you know how to get it in an easy way.
Right.
Because then you start thinking. You start using strategy versus what you're told to do or what society says to do. You start using that strategy and then that's what starts making stuff quick.
Right. Yep.
Oh, okay. I wonder if this will work over here.
Overwhelming. What? Somebody said this is so overwhelming.
Well, okay. I think, you know what? I think they say there's certain type of people, the kind that like to be told what to do and the kind that like to do it. Be their own source. I don't know. Or
creators.
There's creators and there's what? Workers.
Yeah.
Which one
always.
I don't know. Like I can't do it just somebody telling me to do all my life.
Really? I think that eventually, well, not for everybody, but eventually you have to go from being told to actually doing it, to actually thinking for yourself. You don't necessarily have to always be told what to do. You have a brain that you can use to think for yourself, so use it, but it is overwhelming when you're so used to being told, A, B, C, and D, or you're so used to thinking a certain way. And then someone presents something that may not be what you're used to hearing. It can be, but
Think about Think about when we used to work regular jobs a long time ago.
Long. Mm-hmm.
We could work 8 hours a day or more 'Cause I used to work like 12 or 14.
Me too. Me too.
On our feet all day, tired,
Right.
and make less than what we make. I mean,
Oh man,
it's crazy. It's like we were working
Right.
for nothing.
Right.
It
And
was
I
free
had
labor.
Mickey does not still work. Miss Maya, the bee. No, I don't.
Mickey don't work.
I do things. I have investments that I do for myself, but I don't work.
She don't clock me anywhere, baby.
Not at all. She can get all the time. She know that. I be at the house.
Clock.
Like I'm still in the bed, still in my pajamas.
Right.
That's gonna change when school starts. We're gonna start working out again, y'all. We're gonna be real like skinny. Yeah.
We're going back to the gym.
I know. So hard. So hard.
Gotta get. Well, I'm gonna be up anyway.
Yeah.
And then I ain't gonna have anything to do, so I might as well just go.
Yes. We'll be back at the gym. Yeah.
So yeah, just
said don't get too skinny.
Never
have a plan.
Yeah, never just plan to work. Never just plan to work. Plan to own or do something better.
Right. Right. Always. Always be planning on upward mobility and progression. Never be satisfied with what is, but make sure you have a plan. Some people need to write it down. Some people, can have it here. Just do it. Whatever you're going to do, just make sure you do it. Yep.
So thank you for being on my video.
You're welcome.
You need help sticking to your plan. How do you need help sticking to your plan?
That's another thing. You have to be able to motivate yourself. We motivate each other to go to the gym and stuff. And we motivate each other for like ideas and stuff like that. But I don't necessarily have to have her motivating me. She has her own goals. So she's like, this is what I want to do. So I'm going to do it. You can have people that motivate you, but at the end of the day, you have to be able to put your head in the sand and just grind it out because it's what you want, not somebody else, Yeah.
And everybody's always, okay, a lot of the questions that I'm seeing is, how do I deal with people? How do I stick to my plan? How do I do this? How do I do this? The same way you get up when it's payday and go to the bank and get that check. The same way you get up when your ex Dusty calls and you get extra excited. The same way you get up when you hear
really
your phone ring after you've been texting somebody all night and they hadn't called you back. The same way. That's how you do it.
Exactly.
Just like that. The same way y'all running after Dusties. That's how you do it. Be motivated.
I didn't say it.
Motivate yourself. The same way y'all are running after them women y'all can't afford. That's how you do it.
That's how. That's exactly how. Yeah.
The same way you run into somebody that says, "Oh, I got some weed. Oh, I got some drink." Let's run to it just like that. Pretend is what all of that. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Except you'll be running towards something with a future
that matters. Right.
That's going to make you better.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Your drug should be success. Your drug should be money. Your drug should be health, looking better, looking your best. That should be your new drug.
Always.
Become addicted to it.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. If you're not addicted to it, then become addicted to it. That's all I can tell you.
Exactly. There you go.
So that's how you do it.
Yep.
There is no, way to make yourself stick to it. You have to become addicted to it like you become addicted to all the bad things that are keeping you from it. Replace all those negative things with something that's going to push you to the next level, and then you'll be there. That's it.
Yep. Just like that.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.
This was great.
Yep.
See y'all later.
Adios. That's it.